What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Raw Stocks. This is Rustic, and today we're going to be taking a look at Tesla's chart. We're going to look at where price ended on Friday and where price is likely to head into the rest of the week. Before we get started, don't forget to check out the links in the description below. We got a link to Gamma Edge, which is our preferred options data provider. Provide all the Greeks, a bunch of command codes, a nice web app that you can really see a lot of intricate options data. And they allow you to filter by expiration, which is pretty unique compared to some of the other options data providers. So check out the link. They do a 14-day free trial where you can give it a whirl. If you got any questions, find me in the Discord. Be happy to answer them for you. Also got a link to the Raw Stocks website where you can join our Discord as a free member. We also have options for premium upgrades that include up to 5 senior analysts that we have. Doing live streaming, doing chart analysis, also providing call outs and a whole lot more, as well as access to our new Flashpoint indicator on TradingView and access to our Quant Viper trading bot system. So check out all those things in the links below. We'll go ahead and jump into the chart now. I have the monthly chart pulled up. So mostly, we have some action going on over the weekend and after hours. Currently, Tesla is trading at 313.26. So the candles, the price here, it's going to be a little bit off. We'll look as we drop into like the 1 hour chart, kind of where price is currently at, so that we can kind of anticipate this with the levels we're about to talk about, right? But basically, kind of what I want to point out here on the monthly chart is I want to point out these like relative equal low wicks here, and this is going to be our range, okay? Our swing range. We could also use our fib tool if you're using some of the custom settings. We could do, I'll show you here, like a premium discount range. We'll adjust this to do the premium discount only. Okay, so we have our premium up above, our discount below. Here's our equilibrium at 351.20. I'm going to go ahead and mark that off with a horizontal line. And I'm going to make that line gold so that we know that that's our equilibrium. And I'm going to label that range equilibrium, so I know what that is. All right, now I can go ahead and take that premium discount range off. I still see our buy side or sell side levels, but we're looking for price to get back up to the 350 area, which then will be in premium price. So a move up, it's expecting to go somewhere into that range, right? That's ultimately we'd want to be selling once we get above equilibrium. If you're in any kind of long-term trade, right? We want to be buying down here in discount, right? We want to be selling in premium, or if you're short, you want to be shorting in premium, and you want to be covering those shorts when we're below equilibrium down in discount. So on the monthly chart, things to notice is there's a large fair value gap here, right? That's 372.23 is the upper boundary. Lower boundary is that 304.29. You can see prices wicked up into it on Friday, closed below it. Currently going to gap up around the 313 level, so into this fair value gap on a different time frame. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. If we look at some of the historic things that this drop has done, it closed out this fair value gap on the monthly chart, okay, and it came down into this bullish order block right here, okay, taking up the liquidity that's in these wicks right here. We did not come down and officially close a candle below inside of this fair value gap that was tested back in August of 2024. So there's still unfinished business down there that could eventually come back and fill that. But right now, we're seeing moves up. We've had a bullish April, and now we're currently in a bullish move in May. Let's go ahead and jump to the weekly chart. The weekly chart is also showing us a fair value gap. Okay, it's a fair value gap inside of a fair value gap. So we'll go ahead and mark that off as well. I'm going to do this one in green just so our colors have some variety. Now that fair value gap is also the same place as that lower boundary of the other fair value gap. But you can see we're starting to push up into the weekly fair value gap. Okay, so we could look for price to reject somewhere up to 333.36, maybe somewhere in the middle, like the consequent encroachment, which would be around 317, which we're likely to hit maybe tomorrow if we get some additional momentum coming out of the weekend. But we could see resistance here the first time around. we've barely wicked into it. So, last week we did see us wick into it. We're likely to push up a little bit deeper into it, right? Whether we close it or not on the weekly chart, there's liquidity that's going to be in this fair value gap. And then we can see price cycle back down, maybe, maybe somewhere down to where these wicks are, or this little fair value gap that's on, let's see, that's probably on a lower time frame, but we can take a look at it right here on the weekly as well. So we might see price wick back down into that after we reject, come back down and test it. I'm expecting this block here, this bullish block, to hold because we did spend some time consolidating down on these lows. I am looking for price to get back up above equilibrium before we potentially see us target the 213 low. So we'll then jump to the daily chart, expand that up. You can see, again, we have our fair value gaps on the weekly and the monthly right there at that 304. We will gap above that today if price continues to hold. And then again, we have these red lines are daily fair value gaps. So we got our daily fair value gap with our consequent encroachment. And so we should push into that again. We'll be inside of it at 308.85. And then consequent encroachment 316.80. Closing that would be 325. We'll just call it. Close above 325 closes that daily fair value gap. Okay, but again, we could see resistance inside of a daily, inside of a weekly, inside of a monthly fair value gap. So we got stacked fair value gaps all the way up to 334. So expecting some resistance inside of these ranges. 305 up to 335 or 334, we'll call it. Again, equilibrium at 350. Structurally, I like this move up, right? This move back down. Relative equal lows here. Like I said, if we did one of these, we'd say relative equal lows, or we would say, liquidity got swept, back tested that same liquidity level. So we swept it, we back tested it, right there on that level. We even came back down, tested this order block, or this, either one of these order blocks, drew down on that liquidity, and then we've seen the move up. So since then, we've broken the structure in this high right here. Okay, so that's a break. That's a change of character or some kind of broken structure, right? As we push up higher now. So again, our draw on buy side liquidity is going to be these fair value gaps here. Above that, equilibrium, right? Above that, we have another level at 372.23. I'm not expecting anything above 350 for the most part, and I am expecting resistance up to 335, 334, 335. Last thing we'll do is we'll drop into the 1 hour chart. And on the 1 hour chart, again, you can see there's a nice bullish fair value gap right here. Smart money concepts would say that we should springboard off of that, which we currently are. And you can see we've drawn down into it. We never quite hit consequent encroachment. We've drawn down into it. And we are now seeing that gap up again. Current price 313.27 as we speak. So there's current price right there. I'm just going to label it a different color for now. We'll do it yellow. So we're at this price right now. Again, we're inside of this fair value gap right here. So I would expect at least 317.20 to hit that consequent encroachment, maybe even higher to try to close that block out this week. But again, rejection coming somewhere up to 334. So again, structurally, if we look at this, we've seen some stacked fair value gaps, which has been nice. We've been able to play Tesla a little bit. But if you're just kind of looking at, at our different entry points, as we came down, swept the liquidity here, right? And then we came back down here. There was a small fair value gap that gave us our absolute best entry on the 1 hour time frame. You see we came down into it. We actually closed it. You could also look at the order block here, and then we kind of pushed up off of that. You can see on the 1 hour chart, we continue to get fair value gaps that are stacking up and continuing to support prices move higher, right? And now we're in this fair value gap, and we're seeing that gap up. So we'll just continue to watch this. If we start to see some meaningful reversal signals, we'll be alerting that as well. But for now, Tesla's bullish. Gamma also supports moves higher. Right now, current gamma looks like yeah, like 330, 325, 330, maybe even up to like 340, 350, all the way out to OPEX for June. So unless there's some major market news that turns things around, Delta's bullish, Gamma's bullish. There's very little negative delta, so we should see some more rallying over the weeks to come. Hopefully this has been helpful, informative. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash a like, share it with your friends, please, on your social medias. Help us get more exposure. I want to continue to bring more videos like this to you guys. Also, drop a comment. Do you think 300 is going to hold support, or do you think we're coming back down? Love to hear from you guys. Like to answer any of your questions or comments on the video. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next one.